this is the mating dance of the blue-footed bubi. These birds around the Galapagos Islands have evolved their bright blue feet as a signal of how well they can fight disease. So the male dances around, showing off his feet, and the female chooses the bluest because they're the healthiest. And the healthiest mate produces the healthiest chicks. But if the food is low, then the chicks might not survive. So the female bubi lays an egg. Let's call it senior. And a few days later, she lays another egg, junior. Now, because senior was laid first, senior hatches first. And for the first few days, gets all the food that the parents bring back without any competition, until junior hatches. Now, put up your hand if you are the second-born child. Yeah, you might be able to relate to trying desperately to get your parents' attention while your older sibling gives you a sneaky Chinese burn and takes the last fruit corner yogurt. This is what happens with the blue-footed boobies. When the parent comes back with a tasty bit of regurgitated fish, senior, who is older, so bigger and stronger, pecks and bites and shoves junior out the way and grabs the food. But also, despite junior's begging, the parents deliberately only feed senior. And eventually, without food, junior dies. Life is all about getting your genes into the next generation. So it seems bizarre that the parents help their chick die. But actually, when the food supply is temporarily low, killing one chick is the best strategy to get their genes into the next generation. If the parents shared out that little bit of food, both chicks would be pretty weedy and probably wouldn't survive, so their genes wouldn't survive either. But by allocating those sparse resources specifically to the strongest, healthiest chick, the parents maximize the likelihood that their genes in the next generation will survive and hopefully go on to do that blue-footed bubi mating dance. The second egg is just an insurance. So if there is enough food, the parents can share out those abundant resources and produce 2 strong chicks, which they wouldn't have been able to do if they'd have only laid that 1 egg. Now, the food supplies of blue-footed boobies are deteriorating because humans are destroying habitats. The chances of even senior surviving are reduced, and the populations of these hilarious birds are declining. Now, this should be a signal to us. The survival of the next generation of human genes depends on fully functioning ecosystems, which every species contributes to. So we need to conserve every species, and not just these cute or funny ones. So let's conserve other animals' habitats, so we too can carry on dancing in our blue suede shoes. Thank you.
Judges.
Elspeth, brilliant. What a great, fun way to kick off. And your dance moves remind me of my dance moves, actually. Very, very good. So you're still an undergraduate.
I am, yes.
So, I mean, where do you see your career going? Do you want to go into science communication? You clearly have a flair. You have the charisma.
Yes, I would, but I would really like to do a PhD as well. I'd like to definitely keep the research side in as well. I've been applying, and I'm going to take a year to reapply and get some experience and build up science communication skills as well. There's some festivals that I want to work for. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I really enjoyed that because clearly the blue-footed bubi concept has a lot of opportunity for a large number of jokes. I used to study marsh tits, and I can't tell you the number of times I had a lot of tit jokes directed at me. So how do you cope? What's your strategy when people make fun of your interests in the blue-footed bubi?
I think I would, well, as I've tried to do here, is find another way of making a joke out of a blue-footed bubi rather than just boobies. And also, yeah, I mean, I think humor is a really good way of trying to explain things to people and make people interested in it. And once you've got their interest and them laughing, you can sneak in a serious bit about, actually, we do need to save our ecosystems.
Great.
Have I got time for one quickie?
You have.
Elspeth, just around the development and the biology and the genes. why the blue feet? Usually there's some external characteristic which will convey back on the animal, so the female will look at the male, got big blue feet, therefore he's got high levels of testosterone or whatever. So what do the blue feet confer within the male?
Well, it's actually in the males and the females, in the case of the blue-footed booby.
But the bluest, what's the bluest about?
The bluest, it shows how good their immune system is and how good they are at foraging for food, because they get the blueness from the sardines that they eat, which eat plankton, which have this pigment colour in them. So if the bird has blue feet, it shows that it's found enough food and that it has enough of that pigment in its body to boost its immune system, and so much that it has enough left over for it to go into the foot pigmentation.
Good answer. Good
Thanks.
answer.
If nothing else, she's a shoo-in for our Booby Prize. Please thank Elspeth Kenny.